Happy Johnson founded a nonprofit called Blanket Haiti in an effort to provide new clean blankets to the thousands of children left homeless by the January earthquake.
He personally delivered those blankets to Haiti and joins us live by phone this morning with an update. Good morning, Happy.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
How's the trip going?
It's going great. It's going great. There continues to be a lot of need, though. The roads are devastating. People are still living in tents without clean water and food. So the situation is very devastating on the ground. Very, very eye-opening, very heartbreaking.
Happy, I mean, what has surprised you the most since you've been there? I mean, obviously we've known there have been a lot of infrastructure problems. You knew that going in. What jumps out at you the very most?
I would probably say the condition of the infrastructure is in such disrepair, and yet people still travel through it. It's very dangerous, very hilly. There are no paved streets in a lot of the towns and villages around the city of Port-au-Prince. That's what jumps out the most. But then the other thing would be the spirit of the people. They're very strong spirited folks, very spiritual, very motivated to rebuild, and so they're persistent, and the resolve is strong, and everyone seems to be in pretty good spirit, you know. That's the other thing that kind of jumps out as well.
Now, you were going with blankets, obviously not nearly enough for all the people who need them. How many blankets have you delivered, and to who? How do you pick who gets one?
Well, I brought personally with me 65 blankets, and yesterday we delivered those to an orphanage called the Sisters of Mother Teresa, and these are children who've been abandoned, and they were actually in a program before the earthquake. And just the joy and the smile that you see on these kids' faces, brings you to tears, and you just want to hug them as long as you can. I met one small child. His name was Snyder, and he just was the most adorable child. I'll never forget the experience, and it's just something that many of the children will have, for a long time, maybe the rest of their life. Just a symbol of goodwill and love, and that they know people from New Orleans care. I said, this is from the people in New Orleans, so a lot of us are grateful. People, for what we've been able to do, and it's just been. I wish I had more, though. That's the thing. There's just such a great need for blankets, for sheets, for tents, and tarps. All of the non-food items seem to be a huge priority right now. And it's just a matter of logistics and getting them there. It's so costly to mail these things. So, and if you really want to make the impact, you've got to I think you've got to bring them yourself, or you got to go with someone who knows the ropes a little bit.
Happy, how are the food supplies, and are you seeing any progress since you've been there?
There does seem to be progress, especially in terms of logistics. I've been talking a lot with local leaders, and they say that the distribution of food and water is a big issue. There are long lines. People who are working for the Haitian government are trying to register people whose files they may have lost and things like that. And just the waiting is what seems to get people the most, upset. And then the lack of health care is a big issue. There are only a few hospitals in the area. But the Red Cross is doing a great job, the UN, the American military. So there are all kinds of just large NGOs that are on the ground that are making significant progress. But there's so many people, and there's such a great need. Every day they're long days, 18-hour days every day for the relief workers here.
Wow. Okay, so you've delivered the blankets. How long is your trip? Are you coming back home to maybe get more?
I'll be back Sunday, yep, and I'll plan another trip in a month or two. And I'll be looking to bring, again, more non-food items. They're very direct, and they tell you exactly what they need. It's not so much the food, because the Haitian food is wonderful. I've been eating great. Lots of rice, red beans, a lot of similarities with New Orleans cuisine. But the non-food items continue to be the most pressing. And I had a tent, and I gave it to the family where I was staying, and it only slept two, but it was just such a hot commodity. It's really needed here, really, really needed. And a lot of these small villages where the roads are in disrepair, where you can't get to, that's where help seems to be needed the most.
And Happy, what can people do to help?
Well, people can go to our website. They can find out ways to drop off blankets to us and tents. I think we're going to expand what we're collecting. But the small tents that sleep two, I think they're about 16 by 38. Those are the ones that are easiest for us to go on airline luggage and cargo that way. And that's what we'll look to bring back in the future. So if people want to collect, go to a supermarket or store and buy tents and blankets and sheets.
What's the web address, Happy? The web address that
the web address is www.blankethaiti.org.
Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you calling in, and good luck. Very proud of you for doing that.
Safe travels, Happy.
You can
Thank you very much.
You can go to that website. We have a link on our website, fox8live.com.